Hi everybody, it's Claire here from My Creative Spirit. You may remember, if you follow me, back in February we launched our Agatha Box and album cover set that has been really popular. We have sold loads and loads of these. A fabulous box with a lid and a base that close together, they meet, hinged at the back, either using our signature black construction tape or metal findings. And since its launch, I've been working on an alternative version that I wanted to share with you, just for inspiration really. Most of my projects I cover in paper, decorate in paper, write instructions in paper, but I am also a stitcher, as I'm sure many of you are, and I'm not a seamstress, but I do work in fabric sometimes. So I wanted to show you a different way of putting this gorgeous box together. So it comes flat packed in the MDF, and it comes with an album cover set in there as well, or you can buy the box on its own. And when it's assembled, it is 10.5 by 8.5, so a really nice size, and it's about 4 inches deep, 4 inches high. So I've put this together with glue and I've painted it in the brown, sort of oldie worldy paint. I haven't painted it brilliantly, but I wanted it to look sort of a bit tatty and a bit worn. So I've painted it in a brown paint, added my hinges on the back, and then once all the paint was dry, I varnished it to give it a really nice sheen. And then, and this has taken the time, I stitched the sort of vintage looking top that stretched over a 10 by 8 piece of chipboard with some cotton batting underneath to give it a bit of padding. So this is, if you're a stitcher, this is a Blackbird Designs pattern. I had to stretch the border slightly to make it fit to the size that I wanted it for the box. But you could use any fabric to go on the top of the box if you wanted to. At the front then I added a wooden button, one of our large wooden knobs. And then inside, I don't know if you can see, I've double lined it with chipboard covered in a paper that coordinates with what's on the top. Added the ribbon and stitched matching pin cushion and pin roll, and then it's got all of my bits and pieces in here and loads more to go in, and my Tim Holtz haberdashery scissors, which are just fabulous for stitching. And it's made a fabulous heirloom box, and by double lining it, the paper is, as I say, is wrapped around the chipboard. The chipboard pieces, I covered the bottom one first, dropped that in so it's the exact measurement of the inside of the box, and then I measured up to get the depth of the sides, the back and the front, and the same for the lid. Covered the chipboard and then stuck it in with an awful lot of glue and double-sided tape and just clamped it while it dried so that it stuck right to the top edge of the box. And I think it's just made the most beautiful vintage style sewing box. So it was well worth the time. This has taken me months, just doing a little bit at a time, and I know some stitchers just churn out their patterns, but unfortunately I can't. But I was really pleased when I'd finally finished it and managed to get it all together, and I absolutely love it. So if you love the Agatha Box and you'd like to make yourself something similar, assembly instructions to put the box together with glue or tape are available, and then it's just a case of measuring the inside to get to your chipboard pieces, and that might vary depending on, the sizes of that might vary depending on the chipboard that you're using and the thickness, but they're just covered like you would cover any piece of card with paper and then stuck in. So I hope that's inspired you to be creative, maybe think outside the box. And thanks very much for watching. Do subscribe to my channel and then you'll be kept up to date with new ideas, projects and products as they come out.